everybody. My name is Jessica Holyfield, and I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States, and we are here taking a look at NÜ'EST and 17's track Heaven. This is a Patreon request, so shout out to Shelby for the request. I am very excited for this because I have had this on my spreadsheet of something to take a look at for quite some time, ever since I marathon 17 back in November of 2023, if that tells you how long this has been. And so Shelby is taking one for the team and giving me the opportunity to look at this sooner than later, and I am here for this. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, it's so interesting looking at a really, really young 17, seeing so much recent material. And I know you guys feel that way too, I bet. Oh, so gentlemanly. This is like a dapper, sensual fiesta vibe. Not fiesta, it's just, I just had Mexican food, so that's what's on my brain right now. Wow. Oh my God. Kind of feels like they had to clear out their lobby to film this, right? Wow. My mind is getting blown right now. Anyway, this is so nice. Oh, the tension and the traces are really, really nice. Wow. I'm assuming my guy on stage left is our NÜ'EST, is the NÜ'EST member, because S-Coops is on the stage right. Wow. Okay, what a fantastic thing to look at. Thank you so much, Shelby. Okay, here we go. My initial thoughts with this is this was just such a beautiful watch because there's so much tension in the traces. Dapper, like gentlemanly but seductive is more so like what niche we're gonna go with on what this reminds me of. Not fiesta. There's nothing fiesta about this. Blame the al pastors I had today, but this was so nice to watch, so pleasing, visually pleasing. We love it. I could watch people melt. I mean, they were just melting all over the floor, and that was just a fantastic watch, you know? So right here from the top, you have just a melt up. That was beautiful. And everybody made their own subtle choices in how they chose to get up, which was really, really nice. Some people chose to come up from the side. Some people chose to come up straight from the back, but they always let the head be last, which was what was really nice. And from there, we had the ding, 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 ding right there, shoulder isolations into the chest, the crossover, we go and reset. Very nice. Everybody tends to, not Aju nice, but how they all chose to reset, nobody overshot it in their range in the arms, and no one like over exerted or overshot with the footwork on it as well. So super cool on that. The subtlety there is really nice, and of course you have this really dope reveal. And it's right here, the accents with the shoulders that, and this is not interrupting this flow, which is really tasteful. You just see a bunch of that in this, and that's why it feels so like, right? Because you're not breaking off any choices that are being made. Everything's being finished out, as well as things accented on top of it. So it's like one of the most subtle instances of polyrhythms you'll see, where you have like your tension in play and then you have an accent to justify with it. So I love the imagery, of course, like angels, heaven, really cool, all that. And I love how they take it over the side and then they rotate the torso to create a fun little lunge moment. And then you have some opposition with the arms, tailoring to your feature in the middle. Really cool, really nice stick on the tail end of that, going and dipping right there into that base, and you have this body roll. Really nice. And then you have these arms accentuate. Honestly, the feature moments are their own moment, and then everybody else is just their own moment too. So it's truly like everything about the routine is very satisfying to watch. If you just watch the features, it's incredible. If you look at everybody else, that's also incredible for different reasons. It's so nice. Levels are always showcased throughout this. Whenever you have your feature, there's always something complementing the feature as well as everybody else. They've all dropped down. They all come up. Really nice on the transition. Everybody's up, nice and stoic. And then you have those that were featured. They drop lower, except for your new reveal right there in the center. Really nice. They go around. I like the subtlety once again happening with everybody else. It's super fun. And then the breakout, and then everybody who's on the ground, they're pulsing up, but it still matches the same degree of dynamics that you see everybody standing do, which is why it feels very complimentary. It feels like, you know, gears that just kind of fit. That's kind of how you can view what's going on here. Really dope. Yeah, and he goes, da-na-na, some tension trace up the hip, really nice. And then from there, that room, the bleed over, oh, we're melting here from the knee all the way up in the commitment to the head. Gosh, goodness gracious, I see why they called it heaven. Oof, okay. Ding, 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 and I like the pulse, 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 really nice. Honestly, you know what I was thinking in this? I was like, if this was a dating show and these are all the contestants, it's like, you know, like the Miss US pageant. It kind of felt like, here's your pageant of men and you can who's gonna win, is what it felt like, in like the most complimentary way. Okay, from here, the pulse, pulse, and the breakaway into the wave was really nice. My one note though is I think just making this connect a little bit more efficiently. Some people are kind of breaking it right here, so that would be my in general note of having the fingers interlocked versus layered over, because this doesn't have as much of a smooth execution in comparison to if you interlock. So that would be my one note that I noticed here, but it looks like a choreographic choice, so we're not really gonna fiddle with it too much. Super cool. And I love the level change to that. Now you do see some of them have their heels connected, some don't, so that would be a note there. I know 17's known for synchronicity. Newest, I don't know if they were or not. It is unfortunate that they weren't treated as well by Pledis as 17 is, but you know, we can't really do anything about that water under that bridge. But it's really cool that we get to see this though. Love it. Subtlety, I love that. And we drop it down. Some of them are looking at the hands, some are not. That would be something that would be discussed in that regard. You have your two features are nice. I love the accent there. Dididim, nice choice with the hands. I'm assuming Choi Young Jun choreographed this because some of the choices kind of look like what is it? That whole section era of choreo that felt very branded and coded in that way. Right here they go, they pulse, of course they're rocking their weight, and then they go with a little hair flip to reset, using the chest to help guide. The hinge around is really nice. Then you have two people walk forward. Do we recognize some of them? I'm sure we do. Maybe my guy on the left, our left stage right, was probably Wonu, maybe, you know? I never really noticed who he was younger, so I could be so wrong in there. Anyway, they're all around the back, really cool. I like that da-da-da, nice little mirroring moment. My guy on stage left is a newest member. That feels right. With the chest to go over, nice little click, 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 really nice. Honestly, this is so satisfying. Braid it through, I like the rotation down. Yeah, Choi Young-jun, he used that in, oh, go Shipsy, I don't know the English version of it. So this is, Choi Young-jun choreographed it. I'm telling you that right now. We're living for this. This is fantastic. Fantastic. Now look at the setup right here. Oh, so nice. We have an, does feel like the guy's most in front. They're facing the back. Everybody else is facing front. I'm assuming to kind of depict a sort of, I don't know what kind of visual yet. I didn't quite clock it the first time. I was too busy admiring the traces and tension in our boy pageant, but we have an extension notice with the heads. Everyone's kind of looking down, so I appreciate if we're gonna go mirror, we're gonna truly mirror it 150% of the way. It even also looks like we even got the height in check in our symmetry. Thank you for that. We love it. And then even in our transitions, we're being intentional. I do think it's a smidgen off center. You can tell because there's an extra space here compared to here, but that is a whatever, honestly. It really doesn't matter. So cool. He comes up really nice. I think it was Hoshi that just did a little peekaboo in the blue hair. Cool, we're here for it. Turn around, nice. Is that Sungwon? Oh, and also I noticed too that Thea and June are mirrored in the majority of this choreography. Even when they're featured with S-Coups, I just feel like they're always next to each other. Could it be a height thing? Maybe. I really think it could be that. So that was cool. Nice little archway. And then from here, we'll do a little ball change step out. I love the throw on that. Really dope. Bring it to the inside. I always appreciate it whenever we're taking our transitions and actually making them functional. We're not just moving to a new spot. There's always a reason for it. So in that context there, they didn't really stay in the formation, probably not even longer than a count, but they ended up doing content that helped justify the choice and made it more visually captivating than just them walking or basket running to that spot. And that's why for me, I always say that basket runs can be a potential wasted opportunity, especially in the mega crew concepts, because yes, they are clean, but you can do so much with so little movement that makes your basket run have flowers coming out of it. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it feels like an empty basket, but I digress. From here, I love that with the arms, boom, with the subtlety of the swivel. They're adding a little legato in the torso in order to allow that to have a little bit more fullness in the choice without eliminating what's going on in the upper body. Really dope on that. Then from there, they take the arms and they're making it match, and what really helped make this kind of marry together with the lower body was because of that torso integration already happening, so it didn't feel like we were bulking it up too much. It was just an addition, and it's easier for them to retain it in that moment. So they move and transition on the sides. I appreciate them not doing anything, being very intentional, not a distraction, and I like the fact that they are subtly framing what's going on in the middle, which is super nice. They bring it up. I love that choice. They circle it around, we cross it over, and we come up, click, click, click. Yeah, really like these choices of the fixed point folds. Really well done. Super dope. So I guess if anything, I can clock a Choi Young-jun like 2010 space choreo, because that's what this is coded with. Maybe with Haerim as well, because I know she's like head honcho performance director, and her auditing, I'm assuming, has some of that overlap too. I can clock more of his 2010 stuff, like this stuff, than his 2020s stuff. But I think it's really fun though that we get to see him grow so much, just like we've seen 17 grow, which is so fascinating. I like the little punch there, which is really cool. From there, doing them nice. I like the step touch into a nice travel over, and we're using that to kind of switch out the windows from our features with the shoulder accent. We love it. Then blow your mind. What are we blowing our mind of? And then from here, I like the subtlety with the inversion going on. Super fun. And then go, whoa, there's your basket runs. But notice we had some action happening in the front to distract us from that. I'm telling you. And then right there, I love the melt into a fun reveal in the back. Thank you. And now, who is that? Is that my Where's Waldo? Is that Mingyu right there? I'm assuming yes. I was too busy focusing on what the F this is. That was amazing. I love that reveal. I'm not used to seeing this kind of interlocking. I'm normally used to seeing independent arms creating a visual, not a connecting arm. I love that. So clear. We love to see it. And everybody's all nice and melted down. So you have an ongoing trend of these meltdowns, and how they're set up in the context of them don't really feel boring, and they don't feel like we're just wasting or overly repeating choices. So that's something that I really do commend the the Choreographer 4 is that, which is cool. Nice little embrace on the tail end too is super nice. We love it. They all come up, the look away is nice. I appreciate the fact that we are intentional here. It definitely makes one heck of a difference in the choices. It makes me want to invest in where they're looking, and it makes me feel like I'm a part of what's going on. Super dope. Go to the outside, really nice. And then the shoulders, all of that's the same setup as what you saw in the very beginning. Difference is they're facing the back, so it's a different presentation. We're seeing the back accent instead of just seeing what's going on in the front. That was cool. Fun reveal. You have S-Coops. And then notice who his mirrors are. It's June and The8. And I like the subtle wave that's going on right here in the front. Oh, and we're going in different directions. Yeah. So this is also fingerprint. I'm going to call it fingerprint number 3. We've seen this visual on a 17 track before. Is it? It's not Snap Shoot. It's the other one that they had that was right before or right after Snap Shoot. They have this little water part, and then they have somebody like floating on a buoy and that illusion. I forgot what that one's called, but I think it's that niche. So that's a fingerprint number 3 on a Choi Young-jun. If this ain't Choi Young-jun, somebody's playing copycat is what this feels like. Anyway, so you have these subtleties. I love that everybody has a little accent point going on right there, which was super fun. And then I like how he threads himself through S-Coop's arms, and I like how S-Coop leaves it up. The subtlety, and I appreciate that everybody's committing to the same range on this wave, so it feels like a steady current. It doesn't feel like somebody's going too extroverted with it. So that's really dope. We love it. And we even have mirrors going on in the outside, which is super fun. So when you have, instead of just a group of 2, you have a group of 4, and then you have 2 people pop up, which is fun. And that looks like Vernon and Dino. Lordy, I would say the person who looks the most similar from back here to now is Vernon. He has never really changed. He doesn't have a baby face to me, or it could just be how his hair is styled. It's probably that. I digress though. I would say The8's a close second. Same with June. I don't know. I say that. That was a cool little vibration. Boom. That right there reminds me of boom. Oh man, we love this. We love it. There's your chest. Da 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 da. I love hearing the unison of the claps. So cool. Click 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 click. I really like how we built that down. All of us placing our weight into the right side. Then we go into our columns. This was cool. How they get into their choices is really quick, so there's no room for me to check the logistics of the setup, and that's always a really good sign, because you don't want me to have to not waste time, but you don't want it to take away from your feature, take away from what you're going for. And we're so far a minute 45 in. You want somebody to stay captivated the whole time, and that's one thing that you focus on is how do I get to and from these focal points, transitions. And so when you have a fixed cam like this is when you can really tell how much effort's been put into those transitions, because performance versions can cut that out. And that's why I always tell you guys my preference is always going to be a fixed cam. But in this case here, it was really nice. Like you could see something was getting set up, but they were already in it by the time I was clocking that, and that's always a really good sign. Really cool. So that looks like a... and that's not, I don't know, is that DK? That was Sunghwan and then DK. And then we have another guy, that's the newest guy I think too, and then they go to the outside, which is cool. They all have their moment, really nice. The peel out is cool, and they go boom, punch, 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 up, new formation, and then rotate it through. Now it's all unison, so it feels more powerful, and they're closer to the front, which is really nice. And I like the subtle look, is nice. They take the arm, they go and bring it back in to a crisscross. Boom, boom, and then we have tension. Into 3 groups. You got a feature in the center back. You got your group of 5 hanging out, tension to the front, crossing over like we need some comfort. We have everybody else creating more fullness. So it's just there's just, oh my God, this is so cool. This is more in reference to our verses. This is the more final touch of what's going on in the chorus. And then you have somebody in the center that's limited up as their feature moment. Really cool. My one note I would give here, is it an over curve or is it flat? I'm always going to assume that it's when you're doing this type of choice that you want to think more flat with it. It's just easier to read, but who knows? I'm assuming it's that, but I love that folded, and then they take out the arms. I love that. Boom, da-doom, doom. Really nice on the percussion. And then they go right here back into unison. Boom, nice little toe tap to the front, and then we do a nice shoulder rotation to the front. Blow your mind. Whoa. And it does feel like everybody was making a subtly different choice, and it could have just been, yeah, blow your mind. We go travel the energy through onto the right knee, and we invert it like we did before, and we have a complementary hand at the top, so it feels it's book-ended, where you have both opposite corners of your body, you know, instating in the same niche, which is nice. Then we have our body roll down, we drop down onto our knee, then we open it up, and then we go into a beautiful trace, fun little 2-point reveal. Yeah, and we all say, we're gonna just hang out, facing the back. Somebody else comes up. Is that Uzi? Maybe. And I like this little, just the subtlety here. We go and we're using our wrist to make this a moment. So it's our wrist as we go over to the stage right, and then we go, and then it's our wrist all the time. Sometimes people are articulating more so through the knuckles to make that more of a fuller line, but I think it just depends on who you look at. So I really like that, really cool. And it does feel, ooh, hold on, wait a minute. So is everybody here? So he has a nice little moment with whoever's the most in front. So we have 2 people, so he drops down, you have 2 people pop up, then it goes and it's more of a like a ripple effect where they drop the hand down, boom, 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 from outside to inside, really dope. And then, ooh, okay, what is happening? What's the pattern here? We just decided to go stage left with it. I wonder if that's because of the camera choice that's going to be made, because I think this was for Mama 2017 in Japan, just based on what I'm noticing in thumbnail right here. Yes, we're probably going to watch it because it's, well, normally for Mamas, I don't watch those and I want to binge those, but I think we may for this one because we're going to do it. We're going to do it for Shelby. But right here, I like the peel downs. It's just the choices are so fascinating because we're not having it bleed with both features, only for one of them. So I think that's so interesting. So it goes bleed, bleed, bleed over, and it could be a wordplay thing, and then you have those 2 switch out with others, which I think is really fun because they're kind of neighbors. Still have them wave, and then we have everybody come up. So I'm so curious as to why we only kept the stage left groups with the hand and no one else, even though you had a mirror going on with your features. Huh. Whoa, and I like the hair flip on that. It shows angst. Now, my neck's still sore from dancing earlier 2 days ago, but that was a really fun moment. Then you have some subtlety going on from my guy. Boom, that boom, 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 boom. Nice. It tailors into that first little breakdown we heard of this track, which is nice. We have one of my guys hanging out a smidgen too far over on stage right, but nothing crazy. Come back in, the little jump. Tension. June having his June moment. We love it. Then we have some others mirroring on the side into the circle. Really cool. We love seeing it. I love that little cross behind, and then we reset down. And then we do the same choreo, but we're facing the inside. So we're seeing a lot of the same choreo, but it's repackaged. I mention this often, not just with a Choi Young-jun piece, but just with a lot of choreographies just in general, where you have a move, but you're seeing it done in either different direction, like what we saw with the shoulders, that moment in the beginning, and then we saw it before that wave started taking place, the assisted of that. But here we've seen this is the 3rd time we're seeing this, but it looks different every time, and that's why we're seeing it in a circle. We have a different feature presented, and you have a different number of people doing it too. The wave is nice. We go the little taps on that, and then from here, I like the taps over. This is a fun little moment for all the fans all around the world. So fun. That part is so smexy. Blow your mind. Ooh, okay. Ooh. Yeah, and I like the little grabs happening there. And then we have this moment here with the trace, and we're grabbing our hands, we let go. So there's a lot of mirroring that's happening, which I think is super cool. Because why not? You got the numbers for it. It's so cool. And we slowly come up, we love it, and I like how they double their speed on that too to match their tempo. Then we all have some tension, we look. I think a lot of us look front, but then we have some that are just still, they're not moving. We have 3 of them, but everybody else is walking on tempo, different directions, which is nice. Ooh, and we go melt from the inside to the outside, and everyone's making their own choice to match what happened in the beginning. So we're Oreo cooking, meaning that we're book ending with the same dynamic. So in the beginning, you had people walk, you had one person walk, and then they all melted, right? Here, they're melting down, and you have 2 people walk out. So cool. And then they all end up collapsing even further down, and then you have your 2 leaders, it looks like. Oh, lordy, this was fantastic. Okay, we're gonna watch their performance at Mamas in 2017, because I think that's what this was made for. So I am very excited for this. Let's go. Why are we driving blindfolded? NewIstW. Well, those are the artists are over there at the tables. Why did we decide to go with that camera shot? Yeah, these camera shots are trash right now. They're not as bad as the EXO intro one was, but it's... you can't see nothing. We stand the fixed cam, everyone. Hardcore, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Blow your mind, yeah. Yeah. Mamas, get your ish together. Like, ugh, whatever. You know, come on. I really feel like we had so many missed opportunities of how freaking amazing that could have looked. I mean, I bet it looked amazing live, don't get me wrong, but the fixed cam is mwah, chef's kiss. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. Thank you, Shelby, for the request. I'm so glad I got to look at this. Oh, it's so good. The dance practice, it's just what dreams are made of. You know, I love me a good fixed cam one take with clean, dapper looking fellows. We're here for this. If that's what the U.S. Or the Miss Universe looked like every year, I'd tune in. That's for sure. Goodness gracious, this was awesome. Mnet did not give it justice at all. So we're glad we give double thumbs down to Mnet, but double thumbs up for NewIsTW and 17. If you want more 17, boy howdy do I have it. I have looked at most of their work at this point, all of their title track work, most of their music videos. I've seen a lot of material, so I'm very familiar with the movement quality, and I think this is one of the first times where I've been able to clock Choi Young-jun's movement quality as a choreographer in an era, because normally I have to find out first and then I kind of clock it. So this was cool. I will be surprised if he was not involved in this in any way, shape, or form, but that's what all the discussions are for, right? Once again, my name is Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.